Hi students, so far we have learned that the First World War was fought between the Allies and Axis powers. Allies consisted of France, Britain, Russia and USA. Axis powers consisted of Germany, Austrian Empire, Bulgaria and Ottoman Empire. The war was fought from 1914 to 1918. At the end of the war, Germany was defeated and was forced to sign a peace treaty called the Treaty of Versailles, in which they lost overseas colonies, 1/10 of their population, 13% territories, 75% of their iron, 26% of their coal. They also paid 6 billion euros as compensation for the damages caused to the Allies during the war. All this affected Germany both psychologically and financially. Today we will see the topic political radicalism. By now, you all know that the people of Germany were not happy with the Weimar Republic. They held the Weimar Republic responsible for their defeat in the war and the humiliating Treaty of Versailles. They were trying to look for some other alternatives of governing their country. This gave way to the Spartacist League. The Spartacist League wanted to rule the country on the pattern of Russia. They felt that democratic rule is not appropriate for their country. The supporters of the Weimar Republic, that is, socialist, democratic and Catholics, opposed the demands for Soviet-style governance. They met in Weimar for democratic republic. The uprising of the Spartacists was crushed by Weimar with the help of war veteran organization called Free Corps. Now, who are war veterans? Those who fought the First World War. Spartacists later founded Communist Party of Germany. Political radicalization increased in Germany. Now children, as you can see, the country is divided into two groups. On one side, you have Weimar Republic and their supporters, and on the other, you have supporters of Spartacist League. Both the groups want to be in power. No one is bothered about the country, and this you could say is making way for Hitler's rule. Now let us move to the topic economic crisis. Students, you know that after the war, Germany was made to sign a humiliating treaty for peace called the Treaty of Versailles, in which Germany lost many of its resources. It was also asked to pay 6 billion euros as compensation for the damages caused in the war. Germany was paying this war reparations from the year 1919. But in the year 1923, Germany refused to pay the compensation money. The French occupied industrial area Ruhr of Germany when it refused to pay gold as war reparations. Now Germany was in a very bad condition. They had already lost a lot of their resources in the Treaty of Versailles. And now their resourceful and developed industrial area Ruhr was also taken away from them, and the country had no money. To get over this situation, Germany printed paper currency recklessly. This created two problems. Prices of the goods increased, and internationally, German mark lost its value. Now children, when a country's government begins printing money to pay for its spending, people have more money, but the goods in the market are limited. So people start paying more to purchase it. This gives way to hyperinflation. Finally, America felt sympathetic for Germany and decided to bail it out by introducing the Daves Plan, which reworked to ease the financial burden on Germany. Now let us know about the years of depression. The years of depression between 1924 to 1928 was stable. Germany was dependent on short-term loans largely from USA. But the support was withdrawn with the crash in 1929 of the Wall Street Exchange. Now let us understand how stock exchange crash affects the economy of a country. We invest in shares of a company through stock exchange with an assumption that our money will multiply in its denomination in future. This money is utilized by the company for its growth. Any government makes money through tax collected from companies and people employed in the company. So indirectly, the growth of investment in stock exchange means growth of a company, and growth of a company means growth in the economy of a country. So hope you have understood how America's economy came down with the crash in the Wall Street Exchange. Now let us understand the effects of economic depression on Germany. By 1932, industrial production reduced to 40%, due to which workers lost their jobs. Hence, number of unemployed workers increased to 6 million. Economic crisis created deep anxieties and fears in people. As jobs disappeared, the youth took to criminal activities. Middle classes, salaried employees, pensioners, businessmen, retailers, etc. saw their earning got diminished. Businessmen lost their business. These sections were filled with fear of proletarianization, that is, to become impoverished to the level of working classes. Weimar Republic was in a fragile condition. It had some inherent defects. One was proportional representation. Now let us understand this term with the help of an example. We have three parties, say BJP, Congress and Aam Aadmi Party. Now in an election, BJP won 25% votes, Congress 35% votes and Aam Aadmi Party 40% votes. When the time comes to form the government, it will not be formed by one party as is the normal practice in our country. All the parties will get some seats according to the percentage of votes they have won. This is called proportional representation. Another defect was Article 48, which gave the President the power to impose emergency, suspend civil rights and rule by decree. Within a short life, the Weimar Republic saw 20 different cabinets lasting for about 239 days and a liberal use of Article 48. Still, the crisis could not be managed and people lost confidence in the democratic parliamentary system.